I am stuffing some money into my sinking funds, probably the last sinking fund stuffing that I will have until I change them up for 2022. I'm also going to be answering the 10 questions from Mommy Trader that she created in her Christmas budget tag. So if you want to see that or hear what my answers are, stick around and find out. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin. I am documenting mine and my husband's journey to complete debt freedom and financial independence. I am a zero-based budgeter. I use a cash envelope system. I use sinking funds. I do savings challenges. I invest. I just kind of a jack of all trades, really master of none. Oh, and I like to talk a lot. So perfect type of video for me to do today. I am putting money into my sinking funds. I have, I think around just over $500 that is going to be going in. So I'm just going to set those here. I'm going to be doing a couple of different things today. So not too long ago, Mommy Trader at the beginning of Vlogmas, her finance edition, her vlog week miss, had done a video about just 10 questions of getting to know a person around a Christmas theme. So I figured I would answer some of those questions, particularly from now having a more, I guess, a different perspective than I used to have on the holidays. So I'm going to be doing that and getting caught up on wires and such as well. I did take out some of my sinking funds, like my car regos, I have just put back into the bank because at $200 a fortnight, it's easier just to transfer those over at all times. I am going to be keeping track of them on what might be one of my favorite logoed budget trackers that I found. And this is from, she has a channel and an Etsy shop. It's Diesel Dollar Budgets. She's Aussie as well, but she has the most adorable German Shepherd. I'm a lover of dogs. She's a dog lover. She's got a German Shepherd. I've got Rottweiler and Mastiff Rottweiler, so they're all cute. I am going to be keeping track of my digital deposits for that one there. And then otherwise it's just going to be all the usual suspects going in. So the first question is what is our Christmas gift budget? This was actually a really interesting question because my husband and I, early on, sometimes we would just go off of what it was that we were able to have, but as we started earning more and realizing that we could spend more, needed to think of a way to rein everything in. And so I just asked him, you know, what should our Christmas budget be? And I don't know where it derived from, but he immediately came back with that. The Christmas budget for us will never be more than 1% of our pre-tax income. So as we earn more, yeah, we can spend a bit more. We've never gone really over in large amounts, but we try to not go over 1% of what we make before taxes. And so that amount changes year by year depending on what our income is. Now this year we found that as we've gotten older and as our son has gotten older, that we actually need mostly less. We're not buying as much stuff. My husband and I, we don't really buy gifts for each other at Christmas time. We purchase things throughout the year for each other. It's just one of those, same as, you know, we don't wait until Valentine's Day and don't wait until usually birthdays. It's if you want this and if you want this at this time, I'm going to get it for you now and I'm going to allow you to have that joy and that experience now, because there's no guarantee. And boy, this is just so much more relevant than we ever thought that it would be. This year, we're probably spending around $1,000 for Christmas. This includes a gift for our son. This includes gifts for my husband's employees. And then also we have our food budget and such in there as well. Because question number 2 is how many people do you shop for? Maybe about 10, 15 people when we factor in family, so my husband's family, my mother-in-law and her husband, and then my father-in-law, my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my sister-in-law, my sister-in-law, my sister-in-law, niece, nephew, all of that does come into play, but they're very similar in that really we are less about things, more about experiences, more about time that we are able to spend together, even if it is just via a FaceTime chat, because I've mentioned many times my husband is from Montana. It is cold in Montana this time of year. I am not going back to the US during winter where there is snow. Give me the white beaches of Australia any day. This is a new envelope. This is for the bikes, for servicing and maintenance that those need, because they have to have set services. We know how much those cost. That is where that one is coming from. And home maintenance is getting $20. So how many people we shop for, that, yeah, that just changes every single year. And what is our favorite holiday treat? We're not really treat sweets kind of people. I'm not a baker. I'm not a cookie maker. I don't make fudge. I don't do desserts and pies and pavlovas and lamingtons or any of that. And the world is better off because I don't. So I guess really just in terms of a favorite treat, I'm happy just with a hot chocolate, like a peppermint hot chocolate or hot mocha or something like that. Council rates, I moved this back to the bank as I did set something up for water. So yeah, just really not treat people. We get, you know, just little candies and such for our son. Our dogs, however, they love the holidays because they get so spoiled with different things, like, you know, they get pig ears and kangaroo tails and all kinds of fun stuff like that they get to dine on, which sounds, I think, probably really strange. $20 going to the appraisal that we will eventually have done on the house. Question number 4. Oh, I did love growing up. I loved lemon meringue pie, but after I got pregnant with my son, my taste buds just completely changed, and now I can't even stand the smell of it. So that used to be a favorite that I had. Home projects is getting $20. What is the most we've ever spent on a gift? And that was probably the most that we have spent for an actual gift on Christmas Day would be our son. When he was 17, we helped and paid for his first car. He had been saving money up. We had told him that we would match him dollar for dollar. We knew what kind of vehicle he was looking for. As his parents, we had control over his account, and so we just happened to find a really good deal on his, guess, believe it or not, he has a Jeep Wrangler, and we bought that for him for Christmas. And so that is the most that we have ever spent. So that takes care of all of the home and car. This section, if you've noticed, I've condensed everything also into one binder for the most part. Anniversary is getting $10. Favorite Christmas dish? Deviled eggs. Honestly, that is, I cannot say that I make the absolute best deviled eggs, but I don't do too bad. But that is probably my top Christmas dish. Give me a cheese platter any day, or a charcuterie board, because those olives will be gone in the blink of an eye. Christmas is the one day I have an agreement with my medical team that I get to eat whatever I want and then just pay the price afterwards for all of that. $5 going into my birthday. For Gary's favorite dish, I mean, Gary's a meat eater, so give him turkey, give him ham, give him prime rib, give him steak, just give him some kind of previously living animal on a plate, and he's a happy camper. But Gary is very much the kind of person that enjoys doing things for other people. He's getting $5 for his birthday. And that actually ties into the next question is, you know, what ways do you pay it forward during the holidays? We really enjoy doing things for other people that we would never really do for ourselves. Gary particularly. Gary he would eat 2-minute noodles every single night, but if he's cooking for other people, like, food is one of his love languages, not beer, but food. And he loves doing things for other people, not so much doing things for himself. And so that is just So we tend to find things to do that benefit other people, and we usually just don't talk about it. So from very early on, I have donated my time in one of my very first things that I used to do was I would go into nursing homes and aged care facilities, and I would read Christmas cards and Christmas letters to many of the residents, and I've always volunteered doing just a lot of different things. But we don't do the things that we do so that we can talk about it. We do the things that we do so that other people can experience it. And I'm actually really more uncomfortable talking about things that we do, because it makes me feel as if I'm trying to toot my own horn, and that's not the reason that we do it. Our house is always open to anyone that needs to be here. We've adopted families in the past. We have bought gifts for people. We have paid for people's groceries. That is the thunder going, because of course it's summer in Australia and it rains. But we just find different ways to try to bring joy to other individuals and just brighten up their days a bit, because the holidays can be really, really tough a lot of times for a lot of people for a range of reasons. $5 going into gifts. And no, I'm not counting all of these up either. So if you're keeping track at home, well done. Favorite holiday movie? Die Hard. I am one of those people. And yes, Die Hard is a Christmas movie because it takes place at a Christmas event. And if you do not agree, then you are one of those people who are wrong. That is just a non-negotiable in that. I do like some of the other It's a Wonderful Life and Miracle on 34th Street, but I like some action and not just predictable cheesy romance, though I do love cheesy romance holiday movies. So for Easter, we are getting $30. Question number 8. What's one thing I want for Christmas? I just want to be able to enjoy the day and not worry about things. Like I said, Christmas is the one day I have an agreement with my medical team that all of my dietary restrictions I just throw to the side, and I have too much sodium and I eat gluten because I'm celiac and I'm not supposed to do that. But give me a bread roll or garlic bread and I'm a happy camper. That's, I want my friends and my family to know just how much I love them and how important they are to me and how much better my life is because they are a part of it. That's really it. Some, nice weather, no snow. I guess those are a bit at the more superficial level, but at the core, I just want everybody to know how much I love them, how much I appreciate them, and how much better my life is because they are a part of it. So other holidays, because we will be moving past Christmas, is getting $10. And then which is best, Secret Santa or Dirty Santa? I do have to admit, I thought something completely different when I saw this question before she answered it, and then said that Dirty Santa was like the white elephant gift where you can trade things away and such, because I guess we've done things that are a little bit different and called it a Dirty Santa. That does fit a bit more with what you would think it was. But, either or, I like the idea of Dirty Santa, not so much for the white elephant gift, but for the element of surprise and not knowing. Like with a Secret Santa, people know who did what. And I like I said, I like doing things so that people don't know that it was me that did it. My husband likes doing things so that people don't know that he was the one who did it. And with the way that a lot of Secret Santas are run, you don't really have that option that they know that it's you. So I would, for that reason, and then it's just, funner saying, Dirty Santa. Oh my gosh, that just made me think of another Christmas movie, Bad Santa. That one was a shocker the first time I watched it because I loved Gilmore Girls and I just did not expect that. Some of those parts in that movie I should have, but yeah. So now doubly. So Dirty Santa. Children, if you are watching with your parents, I'm sorry if you now have to explain Bad Santa and why your children cannot watch it. Medical is getting $25. And what is one money tip I would want to share with the budget community this holiday season? You can't take it with you, really. You only have so many opportunities in life to do things that you want to do. I think sometimes we get so focused on all of the sacrifices that we think that we have to make that we forget to weigh up and balance between what is actually necessary to do and where can we give ourselves leeway. Don't try to, especially this time of year, all of us, and I've done it myself. I've counted up my savings challenges. I've talked about my financial goals for 2022. I will be covering my wins for 2021. And I'm in a very different place in my life. My book is towards the end of its chapters, not the beginning. I wish I could have filmed everything from the beginning so I could actually have all of it documented of everything that we have done and that we have accomplished, but we don't have that. Do not compare your journey to anybody else's, because unless you are exactly where that person is and have had all of the same experiences and life experiences and everything else as that person, there's absolutely no way that you're going to be able to match what it is that they are doing. So find your path, and when you find your path, put your name on it. And it can be, this is Aaron's path, this is Gary's path, this is Peyton's path. My son, his path is very different from what mine was, and it doesn't look the same, and that's okay. And that's one of the really nice things with the budgeting community, is that you see so many different paths and things that we're all doing to achieve our goals in similar yet different ways. And so find what works for you, own it, do it, and do so unapologetically. And that's the other thing. Do not apologize for any successes that you have in your budgeting, and don't beat yourself up over any slip-ups or any failures or anything like that. I know that there can be a tendency sometimes for people who are doing well, for people to be like, they're to this, they're to that, they're to that. Don't listen to that. Be comfortable with your successes. That would be, I think, one money tip. Don't apologize. Don't apologize for working hard. Don't apologize for saving. Don't apologize for making sacrifices. Just don't. $30 going into service for my girl, for Callie. And then I have 80 extra dollars because my husband, bless his heart, at my request, sold a few things on Facebook Marketplace and dealt with all of the headache that is Facebook Marketplace, which means we will never sell on Facebook Marketplace again because it is just way too much of a change. I'm going to put that into a few envelopes here. So I'm going to put $20 into bits and bobs because those are just going to be little different things. I know that I want to put $20 in for the tires, and then I think do the rack system. She is getting a little bit of love today. Everything is tangled up here in my little festive lights, but those are sinking funds completed for 2021. An entire year. I will probably go through and do a count through of them next week before I go through and change everything up within it, because I'm making quite a few different changes for 2022, scaling back on some of the sinking funds, putting some emphasis and focus everywhere. That's one of the other things in terms of, a money tip or a budget tip, etc., is that don't be afraid to change your budget. Try something if it doesn't work out, and don't keep making yourself miserable with something that's not working out. If you say have $500 for maybe food for the month and you find that you keep going over budget, don't beat yourself up over that. It might just be because of inflation or where you live and everything else that you actually need to have more than $500 there. So it's not it's not really a you spending problem. It is a allocation of money problem. Now, if it is influenced by having those constraints on income as well, again, that's completely different. That again is not a you spending problem. Those are constraints within which you have to work. So don't be afraid of failure, but also don't be afraid of succeeding. You have to be comfortable with being successful. You have to be comfortable with achieving your goals, and you have to hold your head up high and say, you know what? Yeah, I did that. I put in the work. I did the things that I needed to do. I achieved it, and it's okay to be proud of that. Don't hide behind or feel as if you should shrink down or not mention it or anything else. Celebrate your wins. There are so many people that will celebrate those wins with you. Yes, there's a small subset that will be just like, oh, yeah, just be like, go away. You put in the work. You did the hard yards. You earned it. You deserve it. And you should celebrate it. So probably more than I needed to say there, as per usual. But like I said, I like to talk. So wrapping it up there. I will be back at some point. Who knows? Rain is only going to be getting louder, so I will get it wrapped up. Do remember to choose kindness, show gratitude, always keep a positive mindset. I will see you in the next video.